Good evening. This is the coat of arms for the Ursuline Sisters of Youngstown, Ohio. Soli Deo Gloria means all for the glory of God. This is the explanation for the coat of arms of the Youngstown Ursuline Sisters. The open book with the Greek letters Alpha and Omega signify the Ursuline's fourth vow of educating for God. The oval contains intertwined Greek letters for Jesus and the letters M.A. for Mary. The cross and the three passion nails signify the love of Christ to be taught through sacrifice. A symbol of the vision of Saint Angelus, founder of the Ursuline Order in 1534. Saint Angelus saw in an ecstasy a ladder coming down from heaven and a large number of maidens ascending. A voice promised her that she would establish an institute of dedicated women. The wings are a symbol of the name Angela. The dove is a symbol of the Holy Spirit. The crown and stars signify the promise, they who instruct others unto justice shall shine as stars for all eternity. The motto, for the glory of God alone, expresses the total dedication of the Ursuline Sisters. Saint Angela had a great devotion to Saint Ursula. This is a picture of Saint Ursula. You'll notice that she has in her right hand arrows. And then in her left hand she has a flag with a red cross and a beautiful green piece of shrubbery. The legend of Saint Ursula is that from her very childhood she felt betrothed to Christ. Her father wanted her to marry a pagan king, so she asked her father if she and her companions could sail for a year, and then she would make her decision. However, when she got to Cologne, Germany, she met up with the Huns, and they had attacked the city, and Attila the Hun offered Ursula safety to her and her virgins on the condition that she would marry him. Her staunch refusal to renounce either her virginity or her faith was the reason for the massacre. The companions were pierced with arrows. The inhabitants of Cologne came and gathered up the bodies of the martyrs to give them a proper burial. This is a replica of the type of boat that Saint Ursula would have used to do her sailing. This is a map of the homeland of Saint Ursula, 1535 to 1985. You know, Ursula was 60 or 62 when she started her company of Angela. So it goes from Rome to Assisi, Desenzano, Cremona, Varello, Brescia, Lake Garda, Mantua, Venice, and Salo. This is a picture of Saint Angela the Pilgrim. She often traveled to various places to talk to people, of course, about God. This is a picture of her home. Very simple. Here's the interior. In Greze. This shows the map of all the places in which the Ursulines now have convents or schools. The top picture here is an icon of Saint Angela and her company of women. This depicts all of the areas in which Ursuline Sisters have convents. We have the Ursulines of Brown County, the Ursulines of Cincinnati, the Ursulines of Cleveland, the Ursulines of Toledo, and the Ursulines of Youngstown. We do have some Ursuline martyrs. During the French Revolution, in France, a lot of the authorities closed the monasteries and schools and put the nuns on trial for teaching Catholic religion. For crimes they were condemned to death by the guillotine. All 10 nuns in one day, sisters were executed. Pope Benedict XV beatified these 11 women in 1920 as Ursuline martyrs of Valencias. Also, sisters were arrested and during the time in southern France when many sisters of various orders were guillotined. 6 of them were Ursulines. They were arrested for refusing to take the oath repudiating their Catholic faith. This happened in July of 1794. Pius XI beatified them on May 10th, 1925 as Ursuline Martyrs of Orange. There's a funny story about one of the sisters, one of the Ursuline sisters who was going to be guillotined, and she had in her pocket a box of chocolates. And so she went about sharing her chocolates with everybody and saying, well, that's tomorrow we're going to be executed. Today we can enjoy chocolate. Now we have some modern martyrs. A Cleveland Ursuline named Dorothy Kazel. She was murdered in El Salvador Archbishop Oscar Romero was also martyred there. And Sister Dorothy is an Ursuline from the Cleveland Ursulines. And that happened on December the 2nd. And Sister Dorothy's words about others show the significance of her own martyrdom. I quote, "The steadfast faith and courage our leaders have to continue preaching the word of the Lord, even though it may mean laying down your life, is always a most vivid realization that Jesus is here with us." Now we're moving on to the foundation of the Youngstown Ursulines. Up above is Wick Avenue, our first convent. And these two buildings are Rayan Avenue. And the third building is Logan Way. This is where I entered in 1959. This is a statue of Saint Ursula teaching a child. The Ursulines that came from Cleveland are Sister Mary Ursula Croxton and Sister St. James Sullivan. These sisters, Mother Lawrence McCaffrey, Mother Joseph Hopkins, Mother Bernard McCann, and Mother Agnes Ryan. As you can see, it says General Superiors, 1878, 1927. From 1927, Mother Vincent O'Connell was General Superior. Mother Holy Angels Lachlan, 1933. And Mother Mary Paul Townley, 1939 to 1945. This section is about our current Ursuline sisters here in Youngstown. All of us graduated our first degree from Youngstown State. We had, at that time, they allowed us to be taught by our own sisters. And we had a terrific education from them. This picture of us, taken inside, was taken on the feast of St. Angela Merici in January of 1999. This poster we got out of the town crier on Thursday, February 25th, 1999. They called it Sister Act, because we were celebrating our 125 years here in the Diocese of Youngstown. It's quite a lengthy article, and it has two of our older sisters there who are not with us anymore, the two seated. Here we have a picture at Wick Avenue. Taken in 1942 at the Wick Avenue Convent, as I mentioned. Down in this picture was taken on the hill outside the Ursuline Center during our chapter in 1995. On this wall, we have a series of pictures of schools in which we taught. So as you can see, there's quite a number of them. Here's a picture of Sister Jerome in 1953 at St. Rose School in Girard. The children have a flutophone, and there's Mr. Ficcacelli there teaching flutophone to the kids. Sister Dorothy Marie had gone out to the Crow Reservation to educate children, the